ladies and fellas, because you know we don't discriminate around these parts. You know how it is on social media. The next big Arabic fragrance, it's overhyped and everyone can't stop talking about it. But Lattafa Teriaq, it may just be the one. This one right here, dare I say, is just as good as Camera. I know. But come back. We're going to review it and we're going to discuss it. But you got to come back. Come back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Smell Good with Jenna. I'm, of course, Jenna. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know what you have to do. Like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And let's get right into it. Lattafa Teriaq. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I mentioned this in a previous video, like for summer fragrances and what have you. So, again, if I'm not saying it correctly, forgive me. But this is the latest, or one of the latest fragrances that dropped from Lattafa. And I've seen it all over Instagram, TikTok. Everyone keeps talking about it. And, you know, again, like I mentioned in the intro, a lot of these Arabic fragrances are overhyped. One, because they're inexpensive. And two, they're, you know, some of them are dupes for a lot of our popular fragrances out there. What had my interest more wasn't because it wasn't necessarily because of the hype. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, the hype definitely intrigued me, but what intrigued me the most was a couple of people were mentioning the perfumer behind this fragrance, the nose behind this fragrance, Quentin Bish. Again, my apologies if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, sir. It's no disrespect, but a lot of people kept bringing him up, and that he's the nose behind a lot of popular fragrances. His resume is Amouage Guidance, Carolina Herrera's Good Girl and Bad Boy. He's done a lot of the Jean Paul Gaultier, the male and women version fragrances, Hibiscus Mahad, and also Parfum de Marly's Delina, and my favorite personally, Valaya. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I definitely have to get my nose on this. So I definitely bought it and it delivered. I know the running thing when it comes to Arabic fragrances, you have to let it sit or macerate, if you will. And this wasn't the case with this fragrance. It was just, you sprayed immediately, initial spray. I was blown away. This is beautiful. It's for $40. It's an absolute steal. I dare say this is a masterpiece. I could be overhyping it, but this is my favorite, one of my favorite scent profiles. So that's why I'm so blown away by it. I'm a gourmand girl, so you have notes like caramel in it. I'm instantly going to love it more than likely. So I could be biased in that sense, but I truly think this is an absolute masterpiece. As I mentioned in another video for KAYALI's Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, it's a gourmand girl. If you're not into Love Don't Be Shy, those type of fragrances, you're not gonna like this because this is very sweet and it's a gourmand. So I'm letting you know right now, if that's not your zhuzh, you won't like this. Or you may like it, who knows? If you want to still try it, obviously still try it. But if that's not your thing, you're not gonna mess with this at all. So as I mentioned, it's a very sweet fragrance. We'll get into the notes right now, some of them at least. In the top, we have caramel, bitter almond, pink pepper, apricot. And in the middle, we have honey, rhubarb. And in the base, we have leather, vanilla, musk, and vetiver. Now, I'll be honest, I don't get a peppery note in here. I honestly don't get too many different notes. I've seen comments and reviews that they get a little bit of pepper, a little bit of leather. I know these are the notes that are in there, that are in this fragrance, but I don't get that at all. What I get is the caramel immediately. I get the apricot, and it gives it a distinctive smell. How can I put this? I think that apricot stops it from being like a sickly sweet, overly sticky type of fragrance, but nonetheless, it's sweet. The caramel instantly then, and the honey and the vanilla, I'm in love. I think it's beautiful. I think this is a fragrance you could wear it all year long. I probably wouldn't make it like a signature scent, although you can wear it all year long, because again, a lot of people might find the sweetness a little too much. So I don't know if I'd consider that a signature scent, but definitely this is something I'd wear here all year long. I think it's blended beautifully. What else can I say about this? It's a beautiful gourmand fragrance that honestly, and again, I've mentioned this in a previous video for the KAYALI vanilla, the vanilla candy rock sugar. I don't know what the trends are when it comes to fragrances and scents, but it seems like this year, like I know it's around the springtime, like the pistachio type of scents were kind of making a play around this time of the year. Now I'm starting to see these really sweet gourmand fragrances that's really making it's a name for itself in the warmer weather. So I don't know if that's a trend. That's my observation. So, you know, it's definitely expanded my palette when it comes to rocking something like that now, because I typically gravitate to reaching for these fragrances in the cold weather. So it's definitely opened my eyes up to a different world when it comes to fragrances and when to wear them. So, you know, if you're like me that likes to stick to specific scents during a specific season, I definitely say, you know, overstep the line and take a chance and try wearing something gourmand in the heat. You'd be surprised how it translates in this particular time of the year. So to keep this video pretty short in regards to with the layering combo, I mentioned in my previous review for KAYALI's Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, the layering combo I use for that is a similar scent profile. Obviously, there are certain notes that aren't in each fragrance, but it's a similar scent profile. So I figured using that layering combo for this would pair really, really well. So yeah, I used Bath and Body Works moisturizing body wash, warm vanilla sugar. Again, this is something that I would wear in the cooler weather, but I've been reaching for this. Essos, again, I always say Essos or Essos. Body cream, the vanilla cashmere has that caramel note in it. I also use Brown Sugar Babes Crème de la Crème. If you know, you know. Perfect vanilla body oil. And again, I paired it with the KAYALI Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I got so many different compliments when it came to this. It's just a beautiful, sweet, but airy combo thing going on that just lingers in the air. I think Love Don't Be Shy would smell really, really good with that, just because the sweetness, and it's just, it might be a little too sweet. I won't even lie, but I think you can do some damage when it comes to those two. Honestly, Bianco Latte, it's gaining more and more popularity, and I know there's quite a couple of dupes that have come out from Lattafa and Paris Corner when it comes to Bianco Latte, and I can see that definitely being a cute layering combo too. Something I haven't tried, but I'll definitely look into that. So yeah, just keeping it simple when it comes to this fragrance, but I don't want to overhype it or do the most, but this is, when it comes to Lattafa fragrances, this has climbed to the top along with Camera and the Brass. They did it again. So do I recommend Teriaq from Lattafa? Yes, 1000%. But disclaimer, if you're not into sweet gourmands, this might be your thing. It does, like I mentioned earlier, it has apricot, rhubarb, and some people say they get a peppery note in it. I don't. It's strictly sweet for me. So if those notes might come out when you smell it, but overall it's a sweet gourmand fragrance. And if that's too much for you, then that probably won't be your thing. But everyone else, yes, this is a beautiful scent. I think you can wear it all year long and you won't have any issues with it, and you're gonna definitely get a lot of compliments when it comes to this one. So that's my video. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know what you got to do. Like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And let me know if you got your nose on Teriaq and what do you think of it. Always remember, the best compliment one can get is that you smell so good.